Just like most other bowlers, I drilled a variety of bowling balls to ensure that I have the best option for whatever condition is thrown at me, especially at a tournament. At first I thought I only needed one bowling ball, but come to find out, if I'm going to take the game a little bit more seriously and enter tournaments, that I would need a variety of bowling balls in my arsenal. And of course, when I started bowling, I had no idea what the absolute best options were when it came to bowling balls, so over time, after I got some recommendations, I figured it out eventually. So for those looking to build their first arsenal, I'm gonna go over some general information like what is a bowling ball, what brands, where to buy them, and how much do they cost. Warning: bowling balls are very expensive, so please budget accordingly. Now, what is a bowling ball? A bowling ball, specifically higher performance ones, are much different than your typical house balls, as they have special types of cover stocks and cores to enhance the overall performance, therefore making it designed to hook. There are companies that specialize in manufacturing these higher performance bowling balls to fit your needs. Some of these brands include Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global, Brunswick, Ebonite, Hammer, Columbia 300, Deviate, Track, Radical, and Motive. To keep this video a little bit shorter, we're just gonna stick with Storm options for now. As I've mentioned, most bowling balls are very expensive. You'll find many of them costing almost $200, which is why it's important to take note of your needs before you do buy a bowling ball. You do not want to get a high performance bowling ball if you can only throw straight, otherwise you just threw $200 on the ground. For starters, typically that would be the case. You can only throw straight or barely hook it. Your best options under the Storm brand would be the Storm Ice, Storm Mix, or Storm Tropical Surge, all of which will get the job done for any beginner bowler if they just want some hook or throw it straight. If they so happen to end up learning the fundamentals of the game and start hooking the ball a little bit more, it may be time to invest in some higher end equipment. The best starting arsenal with 3 bowling balls, especially if you're looking to bowl in a house shot league, would be the Equinox, Phase 2, and a spare ball. I personally like the Phase 2 for how smooth and controllable it is. The solid cover stock, which has a dull factory finish, allows the ball to use up its energy a little bit earlier, so when it does begin to hook back into the pocket, the ball motion isn't as abrupt. The Equinox, on the other hand, has a pearl cover stock with a polished factory finish, so therefore, because it's shiny, gets down the lane a little more easily, saves most of its energy, and has a bit of a pop when it begins to hook. So basically what I'm saying, the ball motion isn't as smooth as, let's say, a Phase 2, which makes the Equinox a perfect step down when the oil starts to break down a bit. And that is assuming if your Phase 2 ends up hooking way too early for you from literally everywhere, you can't do anything else about it but to ball down. Although there will definitely be some cases where you don't necessarily need to switch bowling balls just because the oil is breaking down. Keep in mind that if you are left-handed, you are more likely to stick with the same bowling ball for longer, unlike a right-handed bowler, as it's pretty self-explanatory. Less left-handers means less traffic on the left side of the lane, therefore the oil doesn't break down as quicker there. And of course, let's not forget that spare ball. I did already mention one option, that being the Storm Ice, which is a popular one, but not the cheapest on the market. The cheapest on the market is actually the T-Zone, which is why most people opt for that. In the end though, all spare balls are meant to do the same thing, and that is go straight, which is why they are the perfect option for your spares. So unless if you can throw like 1,000,000 miles an hour with no rev rate that would make any ball go straight, you must include a spare ball in your arsenal. You definitely do not want that bowling ball to hook away from your corner pins. Now where can we buy these bowling balls? First and foremost, you can buy bowling balls at a pro shop, which you may find inside of some bowling alleys. If they do not have a specific ball you are looking for, they can either order from their distributor and you'd have to wait a few days, or you can just buy them online. Some really good websites include bowlingball.com, bowling.com, BowlerSmart, and BowlerX. eBay is not a bad option either, you just have to keep in mind about some dodgy listings out there. By the way, Some online bowling retailers like BowlerX will give you the option to pre-drill your bowling ball so that when it's delivered to your house, it's ready to be used right away. But it is best to have that done at an actual pro shop, as you will be with a PSO, which means pro shop operator, and they will make sure to get your exact measurements from your grip sizes, span length, and etc. If you're a palm bowler or a two-hander, which they don't often use their thumb, you won't have to worry about a span. And I think that's all I need to say for this video. I hope most of the viewers who do come across this video are just starting out bowling and are looking for some ideas on how to build an arsenal. Trust me, you are going to need multiple bowling balls if you are going to bowl a league, but the most you'll need is either 3 or 4. If you enjoy watching these kinds of videos from me, please consider subscribing. With that said, thanks for watching.